Hi, boys and girls. Today's project will be about learning to draw in 3 dimensions. We're going to make our flat paper look like it has space in it. And we're going to do that by showing how a ribbon or a lace can go under something, come out, back under, all the way around, under, and over. It's a few little drawing techniques which I'm sure you'll be able to get. For your supplies, you're going to need to have a plain piece of printer paper. Would be okay for this. It's not always the best thing, but if that's what you have, we'll work with it. Something a little better is a page from our paper. I bought this in Publix. It's nice, heavy quality. It's good for drawing. It's good for painting. It's not expensive, but if you don't have this, it's okay to use the printer paper. You'll be needing scissors, a pencil with an eraser, and crayons. And oh yes, you're going to need to have some cardboard to make tracers from. I use this cardboard for something I saved, and I also save my pasta boxes and things like that. So a little bit heavier cardboard would be very good for this. So let's begin. First thing you're going to need to do is to make a shape. Now, if you're using the printer paper, you need to have a piece that's about, I would say 3 inches by 3 inches. Something like that would be good to have. Say this is 3 inches by 3 inches. If you're using the bigger paper from your pad, then you could have something that's a little bigger. This is 4 inches by 4 inches because you need to make a really big shape the size of your cardboard. Once you get your paper, your cardboard, you're going to draw your shape on it. Now you want to have a shape that's interesting, but definitely no wiggly squigglies because it'll just be difficult for you to work with. You're going to have to trace this shape several times. So you want an interesting looking shape. It could even have corners, but no zigzags like this. It's almost impossible to work with. See how these are soft curves or shapes? So let me show you. I made a shape on my piece of cardboard here. Nice and big. You see this shape? Too small. Your shape should be as big as your piece of cardboard. Here's one I made and cut out. You see this shape? It's as big as that piece. And no little zigzag things. So here's the shape that I will work with. I cut it out and I'm ready to go. In case you're not sure what I mean, let me show you here. This is my piece that I can use, and I'm going to draw a big shape. See how it goes all the way out to the edge? It can come in a little bit, but nothing too complicated. See this shape? That's a nice, easy shape to work with. I'm going to work, since I'm using smaller printer paper, I'm going to work with the smaller shape that I have here. So let's begin. I need my shape, my paper, and my pencil with an eraser. You're going to trace this shape 3 times. Yeah, that's right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now I have this size paper, so I want to make sure that I use my whole paper. Don't put your shape too close to the edge. Leave some space. So I put mine there, and I trace around it. Remember to hold it still when you trace. Hold your shape still as you trace. There we go. There's one. Now I think I'll just kind of move it around a little so they're not exactly the same. I'll put this one. I don't want it in a line. I want maybe over here. Here's number 2. Trace around it. Make sure you touch the sides as you trace with your pencil. Touch the sides of your shape. Now I have a little space that looks like a good spot, but I'm going to flip it over and move it in a different direction so they don't look the same. Once again, not too close to the edge. Bring it in a little. And here I go. Trace the last shape. Touch the edges with your pencil. Okay, there. Oh, missed that spot. If that happens a lot, just put it right back on and finish wherever you missed it. All right. 1, 2, 3. 3 times. Very good. So now I've got my 3 shapes. Now what I'd like you to do is to put 2 circles like they were holes in there. If you want to use something to trace like a penny, that's fine. I'm going to do mine sort of freehand. Here's a nice space. 1 circle, not too small, about the size of a penny is good. 2. Leave some space in between the holes. 1, 2. And my last one. 1, leave space, 2. If they're not exactly even, that's okay. So now we've got our 3 shapes and each one has 2 holes. It looks sort of like a crazy shaped button, doesn't it? Well, that's kind of the idea that we're using, because what we're going to do now is we want to get our ribbon, or if you want to think of it as a shoelace going through the holes, you can think of it that way too. I made a little mock-up diagram here just to kind of introduce you to what it looks like. Here are some shapes I made. I'll turn them around so they're different. And here's my pretend shoelace or ribbon. It's made out of paper, but it can show you. We want to have the ribbon or shoelace coming in and going underneath and coming right out, over, and back underneath. And we want to draw it like that. Now you'll notice when it does that, we don't see underneath this. It's hidden under there. Same thing here. And we don't see when it comes underneath here. It's hidden under here. It's under there, all right, but we don't see it. It's hidden. Then it will come out of that one and go to my next shape. And it's going to go underneath, come out, over, and back underneath. That's basically what we're doing, but instead of using models, we're drawing it like that. Let's do that. All right, here we go. We're going to have our shoelace or ribbon coming in from the outside of the paper. Now, it doesn't matter if you come in here, or here, or here, or here. It's just coming in from the outside. So I'm going to have mine coming in from here. Here it comes, right in there. All right. So we're going to draw. Remember, it has 2 lines. It has a certain width. one line and another near it. So our lace is going to come right in from here like this. Now it's going to go underneath so we don't see it. It stops right here because it's going underneath the shape. And it's popping out and going right over here. And from this side, right over here. Now, just as we saw, we can't see the lines under it, so we have to do some erasing. You see these two little lines here? We have to erase those. That will get us the look, the illusion that the lace or ribbon is going right over. If you accidentally erase too much, just put it back. There, the lace is coming in, underneath, over, and now it's going to come out from under there. And it's going to go to the next one. Here we go. You know what? I think I should have it coming down and around here so it can go in. So I have my eraser. That's why you need an eraser. There we go. I'm going to have my lace coming down and around here. And the other side. Follow it along. There we are. Down and around. Now it's under here, and we're going to pop it out of this hole right over to that hole. Right over here. I'm pretending that I'm following it right under there. I'm drawing it like that. Once again, if it's crossing over, we're not going to see the bottom of that hole, so we need to erase that. And if you erase too much, put your lace, your piece of ribbon back. All right. Now, we're going to go to this one. We can go this way, or we can go this way. It's really whichever way you want. We can make it kind of wiggly squiggly, or just plain. I think I'm going to go right up to here. So follow my lace. Here we go, right up to the hole. Now this one, follow it around. Here we go. Now it's going to go under this one, come out of the hole, right over to the next one. Follow it with my pencil. I'm not drawing it, I'm just following it. Right over here. Follow this one, right over here. Once again, we won't see these lines here because the lace is hiding them. So we need to erase. If you get rid of too much when you erase, put it right back. Now the lace or the ribbon is going underneath here and coming right out off the paper. So follow it around, and here I'm going to get a little bit more creative with my lace. Follow this one as it goes under. Don't really draw, just follow it. And around we go and off the paper. Can you follow the way my lace went? Came in here, went under, over, under, all the way around, under, over, under, around here, under, over, under, and right out to the edge of the paper. All right, this part I know is a little tricky, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. Now, we're ready to put the color in. The first thing we need to do is to figure out what color we want our lace. In this case, I chose red, and here's where you need the crayons. So I'm going to color in my red lace, being careful not to go over to the places where I'm not supposed to. So my lace starts here. Once again, if you're using crayons, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have something soft under you, like a magazine. It makes the crayons feel better and gives them a better look. Now, my lace stops here, so I stop right there with the crayon. Then my lace is going under where I can't see it and comes out here. So I skip that part and go outside with my lace again. Stops right here. That's where I stop. I always like to just put a little line there so I know exactly where to stop. You can follow it now. It's coming here, underneath, popping out here and going over, under here, coming out here. Remember, don't go with the lace color where you're not supposed to go. And you just continue to do that. You follow it all the way around. Just remember, stop when you get to the edge of the shape. Don't color in where it's not supposed to go. You can't see it here, and it pops out here and goes right over there. All right, I'm not going to go through every little lace part for you because I'm sure you can figure out by now what's going on. But I want to go over the technique of getting 2 values of color from our crayons. I'll go to the first one. Now, you take your crayon and you outline all the pencil. Do not go through the lace. That's the tricky part to remember. First, pressing hard on your crayon on a nice soft surface, outline the shape. Just the shape. Outline. Go right there. Outline the shape. Now, you see what's left of the hole that we see right here and here? Just outline the hole. You see how it goes from here all the way around? This one goes from here all the way around and stops there. The trickiest part is not going through your lace. I'm going to show you again. Outline the shape first. Now the holes. You do not go through the lace. When the lace is popping out like this, you don't want to see any of your color lines go through it. So you start here, go all the way around the hole and stop. Here too, start here, go all the way around and stop. So we have never gone through our lace. Now you do your next value. Value is the lightness or darkness of a color. So we're going to use one crayon to get 2 values. This is the dark value. Then just pressing very lightly, just fill in the rest of the shape that you created, getting right up there to the lace. Remember, don't go over the lace. Just fill it all in with a light value of whatever color you picked. It goes pretty quickly because you're not pressing hard, and the crayon gets flattened on one side and goes very fast until you are all finished. Here's the first one. The second one I used a kind of turquoise blue. Once again, outline the shape first, then start where your lace showed, go around and stop. Don't go through the lace. Here and around. And here's the green one, outline the shape. Then the hole goes all the way around and stops. It does not go through the lace. That's probably the trickiest part of all. Starts here and goes all the way around and stops right there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope that you have a good time doing this and are very impressed with your own drawings that show three-dimensional space on a flat sheet. Until our next project, bye.